Eva with Glamming Up, and today we're talking moisturizers. Specifically moisturizers that are good for dry and sensitive skin, which I have and maybe you do too, but even if you don't, I have some great picks for any time your skin needs a little bit of extra hydration. My skin is usually normal to dry. Recently, it got super extra crazy dry, so I asked family and friends and a lot of beauty-loving women on Facebook for their recommendations, and what I have to show you are their top 5 products. All these products worked for me, and by worked, I mean they moisturized my face and they did not make my skin freak out. I tried them all for a few weeks at a time to really get a sense of how they worked. So let's start with the high-end products, which are always more fun to talk about. The first one is Drunk Elephant's Lala Retro Whipped Cream, which I would have bought based on the name alone. It has this cool delivery system. You push down this disc and the product comes out the center. It's made from 6 rare African oils that have been whipped, and you think, oh, it's gonna be an oil. Nope, not an oil, it's a cream, a thick cream. And you'll see here as I rub it into my arm, it stays like on my arm. It stays thick and it's hard to rub in. It feels tacky as well, and it felt tacky when I put it on my face. It almost felt like a protective barrier on top of my skin rather than sinking into it the way a facial oil like a Josie Maran argan oil would. It is unscented and it works. I would put this on at night and my skin would feel moisturized in the morning. My only negative with this product is the price. This is a lot of money to spend on something that you are slathering on your face. Next up, we have the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturizing Cream. It has the same delivery system as the Drunk Elephant. You'll see here, you push down on a disc and the product comes out the center. And you can see it's a bit more watery and lotiony than the Drunk Elephant. It sinks into the skin very quickly, very easily. It is also unscented. This, when my skin was really dry, was not strong enough. So what I ended up doing was using it after I cleansed my skin with a gentle cleanser, and then I would put it on again right before I went to bed to keep my skin moisturized all night. And that worked great. However, you're using twice as much product, which at this price is certainly an issue. It's the last high-end product. This is Biogenesis. This is their Genius Ultimate Anti-Aging Cream. I agree, I found this totally genius. As you can see, this is a tiny little travel size bottle because I used up my bigger bottle. I liked it that much. It's a glass container. The larger version also comes in the same type of container. And look at this texture. It is springy, it is bouncy. I hope that you can see that. This product is whipped and it is scented. It has sort of a vanilla-y, whipped creamy scent that's very mild, but definitely noticeable. This melted into my skin, and it didn't just moisturize it, it really left it feeling nourished. I found this transformative, and what I mean by that is I would put on all these products at night, and when I woke up in the morning, my skin was moisturized, but by the next night, when it was time to do my whole nighttime routine again, my skin was still dry. With this, my skin felt nourished throughout the day and it felt less dry the next evening. So I was still retaining some of the properties of this cream 24 hours later. Love this, highly recommend. Worked very well on my skin, and I will definitely be purchasing the larger container. Next up is my drugstore pick. This is by La Roche-Posay. It is from their Toleriane line. So this line from La Roche-Posay is specifically for dry and sensitive skin, and there are 3 moisturizers in the line. This is the middle version called Riche. The one more for normal to dry skin is the Double Repair Moisturizer, which I own as well. And the stronger one is called Ultra, and that is for very dry, reactive skin. But this is the one that works best for me, so this is the one that I tested for you all. The product comes out of a little squeezy tube. It is very similar in texture to the Kate Somerville, melts into the skin nicely, unscented. This worked great for me, and for the price, gosh, you just can't beat it. I really enjoyed using this. I will repurchase this just as an everyday moisturizer. The only negative I had with this was the size. It is 40 ml, 1.35 fluid ounces for reference. The Double Repair Moisturizer is 75 ml, 2.5 fluid ounces. I used more of this than I used of the high-end product, which means I'm going to have to repurchase this more frequently than I would another product. But again, great product, great price. Recommend. The final product I have to show you is coconut oil. A lot of people recommended this as a facial moisturizer, and I was happy to try it. So mine is currently in a solid state. As you can see here on my finger, it melts down your finger. It goes on like an oil, meaning it's a little bit greasy, but it does eventually sink into the skin. And this particular one is scented. They aren't all scented. I really enjoyed this, and the biggest bonuses of using coconut oil are the price, obviously, but also that you're not putting a lot of weird ingredients in your skin, because who wants to do that? So my recommendations, if you are still undecided, would be to start with the coconut oil. You can't lose. It's cheap. If it doesn't work for your face, put it on the ends of your hair, cook with it, make popcorn with it. There are a million things you can do with coconut oil around the house. So you've lost very little by splurging on one of these jars. Next up, do not discount drugstore brands. This La Roche-Posay line is great. I'm really enjoying the cleanser, and I really do like this Riche. Of the high-end products, you already know my pick, the Algenist Genius Cream. Love, love, love. If you're more into the other two I mentioned, it kind of depends on how you like your products to be. If you want a really thick cream, or if your skin really needs something very thick, or if you want something that's a bit more like a lotion, then maybe Kate Somerville is your pick. So there you have it. Those are my top picks. Now, I would love to hear from you. What are you using? What are you loving? Tell me what I should try. I would love to try it and review it in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.